Every village has its secrets. Some hide old curses, some whisper of ghosts. But in certain corners of India, the secret is far more terrifying and far more real. Entire communities where the poor have been coerced, tricked, or forced into selling their own organs. Tonight, we uncover the chilling truth behind the organ harvesting villages of India. Imagine walking into a village where the air is heavy with silence. The houses are simple, the people weary, and yet there is something strange, something you notice only after a few minutes. Nearly every man you pass bears the same scar across his abdomen, a scar that tells a story, not of an accident, not of illness, but of surgery. A surgery that sold a piece of their body to strangers they would never meet. Not folklore. This is not an urban legend. Journalists who visited these villages in the late 1990s and early 2000s described them as kidney belts. Entire communities where poverty and desperation had turned human bodies into commodities. Where a kidney was not just an organ, it was currency. The trade was simple and sinister. Brokers would arrive in the villages with promises. They promised money, jobs, even marriage proposals. They told villagers that donating a kidney was safe, that the body could function perfectly with just one. Some were offered the equivalent of a few $1,000s a fortune for families living on less than $2 a day. Others were never paid at all. And the buyers? They were not villagers. They were not even from the same country. They were wealthy patients from across the world. People unwilling to wait years on official transplant lists. For them, the dark web and underground networks offered a shortcut. For the villagers, it was a trap. Investigations revealed that some clinics were operating in the shadows of major cities, performing illegal transplants with stolen or coerced organs. In one infamous case in Gurgaon, police uncovered a massive ring where hundreds of kidneys had been removed and sold. Victims were drugged, operated on, and discarded like broken machines. Think about that for a moment. A human being reduced to spare parts. A life reduced to a transaction. But the horror doesn't end with the surgeries. Many villagers were left with lifelong health problems. Some could no longer work in the fields, plunging their families deeper into poverty. Others died from infections or complications. And yet the cycle continued. Because in places where hunger is constant, the promise of quick money is stronger than fear. What makes this story even more chilling is how normalized it became. In certain villages, selling a kidney was spoken of as casually as selling a goat. Parents would encourage their children to do it, believing it was the only way to survive. The scars became a badge of sacrifice, a mark of desperation etched into the flesh of an entire community. Authorities have cracked down over the years. Police raids, arrests of doctors, and international pressure have slowed the trade. But experts warn that organ trafficking has not disappeared, it has simply gone deeper underground. Encrypted forums, hidden markets, and secret brokers still connect the desperate with the wealthy. And in the shadows, the trade continues. For a moment and imagine this. Somewhere right now, a person is being convinced to give up a piece of their body. Somewhere a scalpel is cutting into flesh, not in a hospital, but in a back alley clinic. Somewhere a life is being bought and sold. The organ harvesting villages of India are not just a story of crime. They are a story of inequality, of desperation, and of how far humanity can fall when survival is on the line. And here's the darkest truth of all. The demand never ends. Every year, thousands die waiting for transplants. Every year, the waiting lists grow longer. And every year, the black market finds new victims. So the next time you hear someone dismiss the dark web or black markets as myths, remember this: there are villages where the horror is carved into every body you see. Villages where the ghosts are not supernatural, but living, breathing people who have been reduced to spare parts. This is not a ghost story. This is not a legend. This is reality. And reality, as always, is far more terrifying than fiction. This story unsettled you, if it made you think twice about the hidden corners of our world,
It's 12
then
o'clock.
don't let it vanish into the shadows. Like this video, share it with someone who dares to look into the darkness, and subscribe to the Fearful Files. Because the truth is always more terrifying than fiction.